final review. Today we're doing the X Plus 25 centimeter Anguirus 1968. Boom! It's from 1968's Godzilla film, Destroy All Monsters. Damn! Okay? Alright? Alright, let's get right into this. I'm not going to waste any time here. Alright, real quick. Check it out. Check it out. I did my hair. I spiked it up. Just like Anguirus' back. See the detail in there? That's X Plus quality hair right there. Alright, anyway, not important. Alright, so, this figure came out in October 2012. Man, that's almost 2 years ago. Bam! 2 years ago. Boom! 2 years ago. Woo! 2 years ago, by the way. Alright? Let's look at the box. Check it out. Standard, typical, 25 centimeter large, Toho Large Monster Series. Did I say that right? Large Monster Series. Toho Large Monster. I'm having a brain fart. You guys know what I mean, right? Here's the box. Typical 25 centimeter box. 54 on the back. You got the Toho Large Monster Series right there on the sides, on the front, on the top, on the back. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright? And of course, it comes with the label there. It tells you that it's Anguirus 1968. And that's a sticker. Remember, that's a sticker. That's stickered on. So X Plus is cranking these babies out. The mass producing these boxes, just slapping a sticker on there. Pretty simple, right? FYI, this is the standard version. I did not get the Rick Bar! I actually have a Moonlight SY3 that came with one of the Toho Chronicle machine sets, so I'm pretty well set with that. That's the box! Boom! Sculpt! Okay? So, check this bad boy out. Ooh, boy, is he beautiful. Okay? 1968 Anguirus. The detail and the sculpt in the detail. The sculpt detail. The detail sculpt is beautiful. The first thing I'm going to start off with here is his back spines. These are sharp. If you grab this, you know, I mean, yeah, you can pick them up like that, but those are sharp puppies right there. They are beautifully done. The back, check out the back. The back is done in a groove method. You know, you got spikes going this way, spikes going that way, spikes going up, going down, all over the place. They are very strategically placed all over the back to give it a realistic look. Because if they were too uniform, it just wouldn't. It would look too clean. It wouldn't look right. It wouldn't look unique or realistic. Now, mind you, of course, these are costumes, these are suits, whatever you know they're wearing. But man, they nailed this out of the park. Now, I remember watching the movie, and the back was just all over the place. So this is a very accurate representation of Anguirus' back. So very beautifully done. The tail. Let's work our way to the tail. Tail has individual spikes, starting in the center, working along the sides, going right up to the tip of the tail, where you have your little pointy horn thingy there. Tail horn. Tail horn. Okay? That's nicely done. Okay? Legs. Check out the legs. Anguirus' back legs, his hind legs, you know, because he's crawling, his hind legs are crunched up, looking good. Scales are nicely done on his legs. What I like about his legs is that the toes are kind of like, and the feet. If you look at the feet, you could tell like he's just crawling around, you know, he's just like, he's in full crawl, okay? So that looks really, really good. I like that. I like that right there. And I like on this side how the toe is kind of curled, you know, because he's in step. Okay? So that looks good. The legs look great. We'll talk about scales and whatnot in a minute. His front legs. Now those are just forward, you know. That's how he's crawling. That's how he keeps his balance and stance and whatnot. Like a dog, pretty much. But those look good. A lot of detail in the front. He's got 4 spikes on right above the hands. His paws, whatever you want to call them. You got 4 digits on each paw, foot, hand, whatever you know. They're paws. We're gonna call them paws. Okay, so that looks good. His neck, lots of detail, very scaly-like. Now we're gonna go on the face. Obviously, Anguirus' face, you can't mistake it. You know, you got your horn across the skull, crescent horns, I think we call those, right? And then you got your nostril horn, look great. And then his face. His face is just beautifully done. Now, while you're looking at the face, the one thing, out of the many things that stand out here, is his Fangs. Check out the whole mouth is just beautiful. So beautifully done. The teeth are all individually sculpted. The fangs are individually sculpted. And they're just coming out to the sides like, okay? So that looks good. That looks really, really well done. Nostrils, he's got nostril holes, you know, nose holes right there for breathing and whatnot. So that looks stellar. The tongue, he's now, obviously, if his tongue is up, he's in full roar. Alright, forget that. Go check out I Do Roars. Alright, but the tongue is nicely done. This looks good. Looks really, really good. The underside of the figure, all scales and everything. The scales are just so, I can't describe it. Just check out the detail. Don't just look. Just look at the figure. You don't need to hear me, right? Looks really, really good. The whole underside of the tail, you got different types of scales. You got bumpy scales. You got smooth scales. Obviously, the smooth scales, you see right here, that's because his tail's dragging on the ground. Okay? So that looks great. It's really, really good. And mind you, the product information is right there at the base of the tail. And make sure you check out KaijuAddicts.com and also refer yourself to Flossie's Gifts.
Flossie's Gifts.
To purchase any diamond exclusives that are coming out via your local Flossie's Gifts.
Flossie'sGifts.com.
Okay? Bam! That's what's up. KaijuAddicts.com. That's right, I'm a supporter of KaijuAddicts.com. And I got something I'm working on too. That's FreshVinylHQ.com. That's my site that I'm working on. Check it out. Boom! Thank you for that message. Paint job, paint job, paint job. Paint job is great. Anguirus is, now mind you, it's Anguirus, Anguirus, whatever. Anguirus. Whatever you, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like saying it different some days. But, the paint job in Anguirus here, we have mostly it's like a dark gray brown. It's it's a brown. Definitely a gray and brown kind of color we got here. I'm not going to say it's brown because it's not brown. I'm not going to say it's gray because it's not gray. But it's definitely like a gray-brown mix. You understand what I'm saying here? Alright, good. So that's the base of the skin. You know, that's the skin color. As you can see all over the neck, the stomach area, his legs, all four legs, his face and everything, it's mostly a gray-brown, okay? Other features, all the spikes on the back are mostly, you know, I would say these are mostly bone white. Yeah, those are bone white. His tail spikes, again, bone white. His fingernails on all four legs, mostly, well, you know what? There's hints of brown in there, some white, mixed in and faded real nice. So check out the front paws. Those look really good. Okay? Those are the front paws. Nicely faded, nicely airbrushed, sprayed, whatever you call it. You can notice you got some little highlights here on the feet, or the paws at the top, so that looks good. A little bit of accent, right? And then you have the back, the hind legs. Check out the nails. Those look really, really well done. Those look nice. Those look good. I love that it's not just a flat color because, as I've been saying, you know, the more you take care, the more the paint job has to it, it gives the character, gives the figure more depth, okay? You understand what I'm saying? Depth. It's not just flat, bland looking. There's a lot of care here in how these are painted, okay? So those look good. Alright, paint job, moving on to the head. The horns on the top. Same as the toenails, you have your subtle whites, subtle browns, all blended in nicely. So to give them, like, that's the effect that they're growing out of his head. You know what I'm saying? Growing out of his head. Boom. His teeth, fangs, horn, all that. Same thing as the spikes. White mixed in with light browns, okay? Especially the nose horn. That looks good. His eyeballs. Check out those eyes. I love the way they did the eyes. Very nice. A lot of detail there with the eyeballs and the pupils. Very, very, very attention to detail. Those look good. Let's go back to the mouth. We've got the tongue and the gums. The roof of the mouth in a, you know, a flat pink. It's not pink, but, you know, it's gum pink. Look at your gums. That's what it looks like, okay? So that looks good. So we covered the paint job. Oh, mind you, you know what? Here's a little attention to detail, people. Check that out. Right there on the back of the legs. Right on the right above the heel. There's some more spikes there. So that looks good. A little more detail. Can't go wrong with detail, right? Nope. Alright, paint job is good. Stellar. Bam! Joints and seams! Alright, joints, seams, points of articulation. Something not too familiar with X Plus figures. Not on purpose, it's just how the figure is made. Okay, joint. Right there. 1, 2. The leg. Right there. 1, 2, 3. 4. Tail. 5. The tail is all in one piece. Yep. Okay, and the head. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now, because those are where the joints are, to create the seam. So look along the neck here. You can see right along the whole neck is a seam. Is it that distracting? No. You know, it's tucked nicely well. And the arms, the legs, whatever you want to call them, your front legs, seams along there, call it like above the shoulder. Okay? Nothing too catastrophic, but those are seams there. The hind legs, oh, look at that. It's like I want to pop out a little bit. Right there, that's an ugly seam. I might have to try to squishy soft that. That's a seam. And then over here, you got another seam. Okay? So that's your seams. And again, the tail is actually buttered up really nice. And I'm going to tell you why. Because A, the tail's got a good snug fit on it. But back here, his back spikes are covering that section where the seam is. So that is hidden nicely. Okay? So that's the joint and seam. Joints and seams! The pose! Typical pose. We talked about this in the sculpt. Hind legs down. Front legs up. He's in attack mode. Tail's perked up and all jazzed up like that. His head is cocked up. Mouth open. He's in full roar. So the pose is good. He's not too much of a shelf hog. The tail is kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. You know, depending on how you position him. If you have deep shelves, you should be fine. If you got shallow shelves, you might have to end up putting him on an angle. You get more room out of it. You got the deep shelves, you could put him straight like that. Depends on how you display him, what you have, what kind of setup you have. Okay? So that's your pose. Size comparison! Oh, hey! Alright, yeah, size comparison. I'm sorry. He smelled pretty good, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to use him. Yeah, he still stinks. Man, so here's your size comparison. You got the gigantic GM... Nah! It's the gigantic Burning Godzilla. Who could mistake that? Me. Who? And Anguirus, okay? So, as you can see, there is no comparison at all. Alright? Bam! Okay. Final thoughts. Certified fresh? Yes! This is definitely certified fresh. Now remember, certified fresh, it's not just because he smells good. It doesn't really smell fresh anymore because I've had him for over a year. But this figure is definitely fresh. You know, definitely. Fresh Vinyl Review says he's certified fresh. It's awesome. The detail is great. The paint job is great. You know, the way they sculpted this figure, they really captured the look of the 1968 Anguirus. So, definitely fresh. You know, as far as my final thoughts go, like I just said, it's an amazing figure. It looks great. You definitely got to have it part of the 25cm lineup from Destroy All Monsters because King Ghidorah is coming. You know, by the time you watch this, it might be out already. But as of right now, the time of this recording, oh man, King Ghidorah is coming. King Ghidorah, King Ghidorah. Bam, he's coming. So, you got to have this to go with your lineup. So, get him. Alright? So, figure looks great. I love it. Alright? Alright, a few last things. Make sure you check out KaijuAddicts.com for more awesome reviews by my buddy John Stanowski. And definitely check out FreshVinylHQ.com. Okay, that's my website. I just started. It's in its infancy. Not only am I going to be doing the reviews like I've been doing, but I'm going to be writing articles. Check out the history of Fresh Vinyl. You know, that's a write-up that's basically about how I got into Godzilla and how it got me to here. You know, right up to this day. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff on there. You can check out the shirts that I have. I'm going to be doing the hoodies for the fall coming up. I'm going to be doing a database type article deal, you know, with a lot of figures, and I've already started with the Bandai stuff, so check that out. FreshVinylHQ.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, buy vinyl! Fresh vinyl! Ow! Careful of the hair. It's sharp! Let's go, Anguirus. Mine!